welcome to the Ministry of Tarot. This is your weekly reading for all signs, Aries through Pisces, for the week of June 4th through the 10th. The two decks I will be using, the primary pull, I'm going to be using the Tinker's Tarot, which I love. And to clarify, we're going to be using the Shuffle Tarot Part B, which is available on Etsy. Okay? This is not a promotional. I'm not promoting those decks. I'm just telling you what I'm using so that you can get them yourselves if you want. I'm not trying to sell it. And just want to make that clear. But I'm going to be starting with Aries. So we're going to clear the deck. And this is a good news, bad news reading for all signs. Now, the good news is any good experience that you can expect or good energies that are going to be in your life that you can build on, or any, and then the bad news reading is going to be any negative energies that may be in your life, Aries through Pisces, that you can try and avoid. So if you know what's going to be in your life, then it's easy to either embrace it or avoid those pitfalls, correct? Okay, so I may give you storylines, but please do not take these storylines to heart. I am a psychic tarot reader for 35 years, so storylines may be helpful as either literal or as a metaphor, so take it how it resonates. What is the good news for Aries this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Aries, June 4th through 10th, 2023. What is the good news for Aries? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I am seeing the color yellow, so you might be able to avoid a deception of some kind this week that would be beneficial to you. The first card we have is the Three of Earth, which is the Three of Pentacles. And you can see here's a man contemplating. He has Mars behind him, or perhaps this is the sun. Either rate, a fire planet behind him, looking at this metropolis on Earth. You might be able to avoid a deception from looking at a situation from a higher perspective, but this is also my small money gain or promotion card or raise card, but we will clarify, right? Going to set this up for you so you can continue to see the cards. The next card we have is the Nine of Earth, which is a brilliant card to have. This is someone who's self-sufficient not only monetarily, but also it's the quintessential Virgo second deacon card. So you may be dealing with a Virgo or an earth sign. But this is a Virgo card for me, second deacon. You can see in this Nine of Earth that there's this person who has a safe space. And there's all this, there's this not contradictory energy, but balanced energy of being able to look at something from a higher perspective and also being protected and being able to be below the wilderness of uncertainty, right? This person has everything they need. So Aries, you will have everything that you need. And you have the emotional maturity to deal with anything that comes your way, especially if it's deception. So I think the good news for this week is that you will be able to avoid a deception of some kind, especially if it has to do with work or money. Also, you're nearing the end of a money cycle because you have a 3 and a 9. Okay, so the next step is the Nine of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. So everything flows linearly like that. So you're ending a karmic money cycle this week, according to the cards. Please clarify this reading, this good news reading for Aries, the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Aries and the good news energies in their life for this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Clarify, see, I told you. So the Shuffle Tarot shuffles 2 or more images from the Rider-Waite to make a more dynamic message. Remember, I saw the color yellow, which is deception to me. Here in this deck, and I'll show it to you in the upright, you have the Seven of Swords mixed in or shuffled with the Seven of Pentacles. Even though this is a Seven of Pentacles card, okay, definitely having to do with money, okay, because pentacles are money, okay, because they signify not like dirt of the earth, like terra firma, but actually pentacles symbolize metals, okay? So you have this person, which is the con artist card, stealing money, and he drops like a couple pentacles behind, right? This is deception with money. So you're able to remove, I have the phrase, remove a hacker from your life. Okay, that could be a physical hacker, someone you even know. Okay, someone is trying to get information from you in terms of your money. So you avoid a money loss, or someone is trying to escape your money, does not escape because it's blocked, right? I think that's a brilliant reading. Okay, let's see what bad news energies you have in your life this week. Now, if you know it, you can avoid it, right? That's why we get tarot readings. What is the bad news energy for Aries this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news energy for Aries this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news energies for Aries this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I see the color red, which is symbolizes blood, which symbolizes family for me after 35 years of reading. Here you have the Four of Swords, which is a healing card. The bad news is that, from first blush, without clarifying, is that you may have to deal with a Sagittarius in terms of healing. Either someone you know is healing, who's a Sagittarius. It might be a written healing of some kind. So I don't know if the Bible is important, but you see she's holding the feather, which is always writing to me. It is in the upright, which is an enforced rest. So you'll be forced to, either yourself, forced to remove yourself from a situation, probably involuntarily, or you know a Sagittarius who's doing this. And then here you have the Six of Cups in reverse, right? Now the Six of Cups in the upright, I'll show it to you. See someone, two people are looking towards a bridge of peace. It's someone you know from, it's a nostalgia card, so it's someone you know. Okay, so it's not a stranger. I feel like this is happening outside of you, so you may hear bad news about someone who's ill, okay, or needs surgery. They may write to you about this. It could be someone from your childhood, but it's not good news. The Six of Cups in reverse is... Okay, so this is the intuit I'm getting. You hear of somebody who may be ill or is going through a hard time. Maybe they've been laid off, but I don't think it's a layoff because this isn't the Eight of Wands in reverse. It's the Six of Cups. It might be something as mundane as being dehydrated, you know, but you hear someone and you wonder why they didn't, that you had to listen, that you had to hear it third hand, you know? And this is someone who's close to you, so you don't understand why you weren't told by this person directly, but they told other people. And that may be disappointing. Let's clarify the reading. Please clarify this reading for the bad news energies in Aries life, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Aries. Bad news for June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Aries. June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I see the color green, which is growth to me. Now remember, this could be a family member because I saw red, right? Oh, wow. Okay. So it's the same card, and even though I shuffled, this is really important information. So there may be deception by family member may not be revealing that they are ill. And again, it could be something perfectly curable, okay? Or maybe they didn't want to bother you because they know that you're focused on money. You know, someone's not telling you something about an illness by a family member, most likely. And maybe it surrounds money and they didn't want to trouble you, you know? So that is the deception. You were not told initially by this person because I feel like it's not incurable, meaning that the prognosis will be good. If it doesn't have to do with health, it has to do with someone going on vacation but not telling you. And it's someone you're connected. You know, family is from childhood. So this is a nostalgia card. You know, people in your family are your soulmates. Anyway, there's deception around it. So good news, bad news, you avoided deception, but then you inadvertently become a part of a deception. You may even be keeping this secret, okay? Okay. Well, thank you, Aries, for joining me for that reading. And now we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your good news, bad news reading for June 4th through the 10th, 2023. We're going to be using the Tinker's Tarot and the Shuffle Tarot to clarify. This is a weekly reading for the June 4th through the 10th, the next 7 days. What is the good news for Taurus from June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the good news for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I feel like it might have to be romantic because I'm kind of out of breath. That's not a 100% indicator for me, but it's a good indicator. The card we've pulled for you is the Four of Wands, which is an amazing card to have. It is the quintessential wedding engagement card, it symbolizes the stable home, okay? But there's safety and security. And what is interesting, and this is showing someone within the home, they're writing something. Usually people write things down to commit to something, it's almost like a promise to paper, regardless of what the topic is. But that is a great card to have in terms of good news. Okay. The next card you have is the Seven of Earth, which is the Seven of Pentacles. You may have to wait for something. See how you have these chariot wheels and someone's bearing this wheel. You might be bearing for good, a car. You know, you may be, the good news is that you're stable enough to get a new transportation vehicle. There might be a delay of some sort, but delays in a good news reading is a good thing, right? But there's stability. Fours are related to the Emperor, so it could be tied to work as well. Sevens are related to the Chariot card, which is international travel, car, moving forward on something. There's a halt of some kind, but it's beneficial in some way. So we will clarify with the Shuffle Tarot deck B. Please clarify this reading for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Taurus, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. One more time. Okay. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune, you will have good luck this week. Now, this card merges. Is that straight? Yes, it is. This card merges the Magician with the Wheel of Fortune. And you can see the wheel is about to turn. But this is always a change in chapter. It's always the good luck card, right? Now, what is the difference between the end of a chapter and the end of a cycle? The end of a cycle usually indicates new everything. You've either paid a karmic debt or you've gained a karmic reward. So it's like starting a new book. This is the changing chapter on the same journey, you're just switching chapters. You finish one chapter in the book and you're moving on to the next chapter. You're on the same journey. I don't know if this has to do with home and security or travel or relocation of home, but there's stability, and that is the good thing. I'm going to take another card. Ooh, and it comes in fast, and I don't know if an air sign is involved, but it could be any sign because the presence of the Wheel of Fortune. But this Knight of Swords combines the Knight of Swords and the Death card imagery. You have a new chapter coming in fast, and it's a desired chapter because the context of this reading is that what good news is coming into Taurus's life. Might be due to an air sign, a fire sign, or a earth sign, really. Let's do one more. I don't think it has to do with relocation, but it definitely has to do with movement of some kind. If you didn't have movement before, you do have movement now, and there's victory attached to it because you have the Six of Wands coupled with the Six of Swords energy. It might even be travel of the mind because Swords energy is always mental, but you do have fire and earth here as well. But there's good luck attached to it. It may be that a Scorpio, earth, or fire sign has decided not to move and they come towards you instead is a possibility. Okay, maybe they felt defeated in relocation and so they're deciding to stay, so it's good news. That's one scenario. Okay, use it as a metaphor as needed. Okay, because it is a general reading for the sign of Taurus. Now, if you want a personal reading just for you and not involving anybody else, please contact me at the ministryoftarot@gmail.com. Okay, now what is the bad news? Energies for, you know what? I'm just going to use these cards to shuffle because these popped out. What is the bad news energies for Taurus? The week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the bad news energies for Taurus? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is the bad news for a Taurus? Oh, I'm going to stop there. So I've been shuffling for 35 years. I don't usually make mistakes like that. So I'm just going to trust that these many cards fell out for a reason. Okay. The first card you have is the World card. Maybe a cycle ends before you are ready is a possibility. But it's a finite ending because the 21 is a prime number. Okay, but see how free she looks, and she's in this atomic energy of change, right? And look at this. You have the World and fate. Fate you can change. This is destiny. I really think that the bad news is that you're going to have to start something before you're entirely 100% ready. Here you see this Ferris wheel, right? And it's a number 10. So you got the World card in both your good news and your bad news ratings. Interesting. So let's clarify. Bottom of the deck, you can see the Four of Swords, which is coupled with the Four of Wands. That might be important. Please clarify this reading for Taurus, bad news energies for the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Just remember, it's not the Tower, okay? So this is very navigatable. Please clarify this reading for Taurus for bad news energies from June 4th to the 10th, 2023. One more. I heard, I don't want to go. Wow, how crazy is that? So you have good luck and bad luck. Because the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. There's something that you can't make happen because the Magician is here. So it's almost, I mean, well, not even almost. And please keep it in mind that I'm going to be doing advice for all signs at the end of this. After the end of Pisces reading. I'm going to pull an advice card for all of you. So it's the quintessential reading. One door closes, another opens, or another opens, and so one door has to close. Sacrifice may be involved in the good news change. And it has to do with stability and being self-sufficient. You have the other shoe drops on something, or you're waiting for that other shoe to drop, because here you have the Nine of Wands, which is a boundary card, except he doesn't have it all lined up. It's merging with the Nine of Pentacles energy, okay? You have all the options for any action choice you want with this Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is not the Wounded Warrior. I don't know who made that up, okay? That's not what that card is supposed to be. It's putting up boundaries, protecting your territory. That's what that card means. Let's pull another. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you're around a fire sign who's being deceitful, okay? Someone may say that they're hard on their luck and they need to move in with you. Or this could be you needing that. There might be strings attached. And you might suspect that there's strings attached to someone who says they're going to help you navigate this bad luck. Definitive change in cycle, okay? That feels like destiny and fate mixed together. Again, it'll feel like you can't change something, but you can. And you have to be alert to someone who's possibly deceiving you or offering you something with strings attached. And that's the bad luck. So now that you know, you can avoid it, okay? Nothing is insurmountable. It seems so at the time, but it's, you know, you will always, always have an option, okay? Let's see what other cards were here in this pop out. Here you have the Six of Earth in reverse, which is no charity. You have the Eight of Water in reverse, can't let go. You have the Star card in the upright, which is very promising. You have the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups in reverse, no celebration. The Page of Water. You have the Three of Swords in reverse, no healing or confusion. You have the, again, an air sign may be involved. You have the King of Swords. You have the King of Pentacles. So 2 kings is a tarot cluster, mean a business cooperative. You have the 10 of Pentacles in the upright, and then you have the Fool card. So no matter what, the world is involved and a new beginning is involved. Whether you're ready or not, one door opens and you have to take it, or one door closes and you have to take it. So it all results in the Fool's journey beginning again, which means you're definitely changing a cycle this week, Taurus. Okay, thank you for joining me for that reading. Please be sure to stay till the end for the advice portion for all signs. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Gemini. Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your reading. I will be using the Tinker's Tarot for your good news and bad news primary pulls, and I'm going to be using or utilizing the Shuffle Tarot for the clarifiers. Let us begin. First, we're going to read for the good news in your life this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is the good news for Geminis? This week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is this good luck for Geminis? This week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the good news for Geminis this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I see the card. The first card you have is the Moon card in reverse. Perhaps secrets are revealed, or you get a moonlighting job that you want, or a Pisces, Scorpio, or Aquarius is involved. Maybe it's time or maybe it's not time, but at any rate, the timing of something is beneficial to you. Okay? Boom. The next card you have is the Fate card. Perhaps you would be dealing with a Taurus as well, because they got the same card in the same position. Maybe someone's bad luck is your good luck. But secrets are revealed. The Fate card, which is the Wheel card in reverse, something serves you. It's a blessing in disguise, is quite possible. 10s are related to the Wheel, and the 18s stand alone, but they are related in a roundabout way to the Hermit card. Please clarify this reading for Geminis this week. Good news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Geminis. Good luck for the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. The Sun card in reverse. And remember, didn't I tell you that this is related to the Hermit card? Because you have the Sun card and the Hermit card shuffled together. You can see, well, I mean, the Hermit card in the upright, we just take that imagery. Even though it's the Sun card, let's talk about the Hermit. The Hermit removes itself from an 8 of Cups situation, goes up to the mountain to find an answer. So they shine a light to try to see in the dark. Here you have this person trying to see in the dark or see in the light. The answer to a question is obvious, right? Either way, the good news is that you get the answer to something. A secret comes out. You have the answer. Maybe it was obvious all along. Okay, maybe a Leo is involved. The good news is that there's a delay also in the change of a chapter. Okay, the delay serves you some kind, because the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate, is delayed. The Sun is a delay in all new everything. Okay, a secret comes out, it delays something, but somehow it serves you. Let's pull another card. And here you have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles mixed in together. Okay, but this is the Seven of Wands card. This person is waiting for actions to manifest or be taken. They're waiting for a time, right? Time is important to this, where they can take action. And they're standing up for that action, right? They're waiting for it to happen. There's a delay, okay? Perhaps up to 9 days, because usually, you know, the wands can mean days. But timing is a factor, and somehow it serves you, Geminis. And that is the good luck for June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Now let's read for your bad luck energies, or sorry, bad news energies for June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the bad news for Geminis the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Geminis June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Geminis June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Geminis June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I stammered there because as I was saying the year, I heard love was lost. Love was lost. So it's past tense, right? I don't know if it involved an air sign, but you have this Knight of Air, which is the soldier of air. And see how this person, I don't know if you met them during COVID or you dealt with them during COVID. See how he has like this gas mask, right? Now, usually the soldier of air in the Rider-Waite is someone who is logical and quick thinking, delivers a message with speed. Here, this person is standing still as if prevented from doing so. And the second card you have is the Six of Water. Remember, I heard love was lost. So the bad news is that someone from the past may pop up again. Perhaps it's a past romantic partner. It feels not entirely wanted. Maybe you're not wanting to deal with this person. Maybe they ghosted you because, I mean, even though they're in the upright, maybe they had a good reason for doing so in their mind. And they are logical air signs. It could be a water-air combination. Keep that in mind. But the soldier of air, if it had a number, would be the number 12, which is related to the hangman. So I don't know if this had to do with a Pisces, someone from the past that you spent a lot of time with, perhaps even in nature. But somehow you broke up during the time of COVID. Definitely a missed opportunity. But I don't know, this person, even though the reasons for ghosting may be logical in their mind, it hurt you, okay? Especially if we have the Three of Swords come up. But let's clarify. Now, it could be abstract too. Maybe it's a lost love of a past hobby or something. Something you put down for a while. At any rate, this is the bad news reading. This involves an air sign. It's negative. Someone from the past. Maybe they're a water-air combination. Sixes are related to the Lover's card, which is your significator, right? Please clarify this reading for Geminis. Bad news for the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Geminis. June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I don't know what it is because I'm not a big perspirer, but I'm starting to like flop sweat. It's someone who makes you really nervous. Not in a scary way exactly. Maybe their temperament makes you nervous. And look at that, of course. It is a bad news reading, so we get the bad luck card. You're not wanting action to be taken because you see the Magician here. Somebody wants to like keep things the same with you, or pick up where you left off and act as if nothing happened, and you're just like, no, I don't. Yeah, they might be a Pisces, Aquarius, or Scorpio. But see how in this moon card, it's the moon card, but they also have elements of the card we don't speak of, the number 15 card, which I will show now. And you can see these people are now free from the one we don't speak of, which is this card. But I don't know if there was, it was a purely sexual relationship, but someone's still keeping secrets. A secret life. I don't know if you were the only one, if it was romantic. This person had at least 2 other partners. The towers have not fallen, okay? So if they give you a sob story, it doesn't, I don't think it's true. And look, of course, we have the Lover's card, but it's in reverse, which is sex without love. But look who else is here. Right? Purely sexual relationship. There was judgment of some kind, because this also involves judgment. Okay, but this is the Lover's card. This is your card. You don't want to revisit a person who ghosted you in the past. The bad news is that perhaps they come back into your life, or you're waiting for them to do so. And it creates a nervousness and tension inside you. Okay. Not a good match. You have history with this person. It doesn't seem positive. Okay. So there may be a return, an unwanted return. Okay. Thank you for joining me for this reading for this week, Geminis. Now, please stay tuned until the end of the reading, where I'm going to give advice to every sign. Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to read for Cancer signs. I'm going to be using the Tinker's Tarot and the Shuffle Tarot Part B deck. What is the good news for Cancer signs the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Cancer signs the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is the good news for Cancers? I almost said Geminis. June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is the good news for Cancer signs? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Ooh. So I'm not getting tinglies, so I have to force a cut. Now my fingers usually tingle when I'm supposed to stop shuffling. And I don't want it to go on forever, right? Oh, 2 of Cups in reverse. Well, maybe there's no forgiveness, but this is the good news reading. So let's pull another card to see what this means. And the 7 of Water, the 7 of Cups, is waiting for love. Well, the good news is probably that you're no longer waiting for love. That whatever pie in the sky romantic notions you have, I'm going to give you several possibilities, okay? Whatever pie in the sky notions you had of true love with a certain person, it could be a water sign, okay? A fellow water sign, that it wasn't real. But there's some kind of good, but that's somehow good news for you. Also, the 2 of Waters in this deck is about being married. So maybe a marriage is over and there's a possibility of a romantic prospect becoming a real prospect. But we're going to have to clarify, because this may not be real, but somehow that's good news. So that's very confusing, I know. So let's clarify. It's just for the week only. This is also my no forgiveness card. Sevens are related to the Chariot card, which is your significator. The twos are related to the High Priestess. So a secret may come out about a marriage that maybe you thought was true love. Could it be your marriage? It's possible. But let's clarify. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify. Instead of the reading, I want to know what this means, right? What does this Two of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs in terms of good news? The week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What does this Two of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify the meaning of the Two of Cups in reverse for Cancer signs. June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I heard it's no more. It's no more. But it feels tinged with sadness. So I don't know if the good news is that this is a blessing in disguise. I'm not really sure. Okay, another 7. So 2 7s, that's a tarot cluster, mean mutual love. Okay. But the 7 of Wands is in reverse. Someone is not taking action and you're waiting still. But somehow that's good news. In the upright, this person's defending their harvest. In reverse, they're standing up for their harvest, standing up for these actions. They're waiting for actions, a series of events to happen so that with this 8th wand, they can move quickly forward and make progress. In reverse, it's a defense. Now we're clarifying just the 2 of water. It still seems really murky to me. The Emperor card, coupled with the Chariot card, which is, again, your significator. I really think the good news is that you're letting somebody go from the past because it was pie in the sky. And so the good news is that you make progress of some kind. Usually, I mean, someone is just not there. You know, they're not present. So there's no use waiting. And maybe you have that realization. Look at that. The Fool coupled with the Hierophant. It really has to do with someone who's married. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your marriage. Now, we got the Fool card in reverse, which in reverse, I wanted to show it to you in the upright. You have this Fool card. It's coupled with the Hierophant, which is signifying an institution of marriage. There is mutual love. Someone is not present, you know, but the Fool is the quintessential making a new beginning, changing a cycle card, right? But in reverse, there's a danger of making a false move, okay? So the good news is that you avoid making a false move, possibly with a married person, or you realize even though they're divorced, maybe you're not a prospect for them, even though they may like you. I don't know. There's like no coming together and you move on. And that's the good news. It's a very muddy good news for Cancers, but you know, it's only for the next 7 days. Now we're going to read the negative energies that may be coming into your life this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I kind of want to clear that. Okay. What's the bad news for Cancer signs, week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I heard, I don't want him anymore. So whether you're male or female watching this reading, that phrase is going to be very telling for you this week, or somebody may be telling you this week. so maybe the bad news is someone else's bad news, in other words, and you're just involved in having to help absorb that energy. What's the bad news for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. Oh, yeah, the Fool. So the Fool for me is Aries, Taurus, and Aquarius. So you may be dealing with those signs this week. But here you have the Zeitgeist card, right? You have this man and the moon and an airplane. Then you have this screaming man down here. You may have a new beginning in your creative mind is a possibility. Or you're just going to be hyper aware. I don't know. There's some news that comes to you this week that may be negative, but your eyes are wide open from this. Somehow. I don't know why that's bad news. You're still hopeful, but you know more. And maybe it's not great news, but it's a situation of knowledge is power. So even your bad news is kind of positive in a way. Let's clarify. You may be dealing with an Aquarius, quite frankly. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. Queen of Cups. That's a beautiful card. But it's coupled with the Strength card because you can see the leonine, the line in the background. You're going to need some extra reserve of strength this week, waiting for a new beginning. See how she's waiting? And she's waiting to nurture something. You're hopeful, okay, despite whatever bad news you get from an Aries, Taurus, or Aquarius, or Pisces, I want to say, because the moon is here. But you're going to need the added strength for that. And you might have to get that strength outside of yourself. Again, optimism. You may lose to two others because this is the Five of Swords in reverse along with the Five of Cups. But the Five of Cups is optimism in the reverse. So I think a chapter may close in a past relationship, whether romantic or business or, take it how it resonates because this is for the group. However, my readings are for the group, so all of these energies will apply to any Cancer sign. It's not like I just do it for one Cancer sign who's out there and claims it, okay? No. Cancers, all of you will have these energies. You'll have the energies of having to make a new beginning and not knowing when the next step is going to be because you're still working on a zero energy rather than a magician energy, right? There's change because you have the fives here. It may involve an institution because the fives are related to the Hierophant. The queens are related to death, the death card, meaning. And there's a change. There's an ending of some kind. There's waiting involved of some kind. You may feel a loss, but still very hopeful. So, as far as bad news, very doable, right? Very tolerable. So again, not the Tower. I have to admit, out of all the signs thus far, your reading was a little murky. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Please wait till the end or watch the ending for any advice that I may give you. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Leo. Welcome, Leos, to your reading for the week. Good news, bad news readings for the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. For your primary pull, I will be using the Tinker's Tarot and clarifying with the Shuffle Tarot Part B. Let us begin. Please like, share, and subscribe, you guys, if you like the reading. What is the good news coming up for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I heard, let's clarify the balloon, is the phrase I heard in my head, which is very strange. And you have the Ace of Swords in the upright. Now remember, the phrase that I heard during the shuffle was, what was it? Darn it, just left me. Anyway, you can rewind and figure it out. But a new beginning of some kind. Please clarify the balloon, is what I heard. Now, balloons signify air to me, so that's fitting. The second card you have is the Four of Cups in reverse, boredom and stagnation. Remember, delays are blessings, always. There's a famous saying that ask the person the value of a delay of 10 seconds when they've just lost a race or just won a race. Please ask the person how valuable delays are that, that involves a pregnancy and getting to the hospital on time. You know what I mean? So, delays are blessings, sometimes in disguise. But here you just started a new cycle of some kind recently, Leos. But there may be inventive thinking or a new idea that's very inventive that you write down. This is, the quintessential trademarking and copyright card, right? I don't know if you are bored and then get this idea, but it's certainly good news. So a new beginning, especially with communication, is quite important this week. You're not of half a brain about it, okay? But it's definitely something that you think of. Maybe you revisited an old idea and decide to initiate the actions associated with making this idea come true, because the Four of Cups is in reverse. I don't know if this is a fear of being alone that prompts you to invent something. I don't know. That's a roundabout additional meaning of this reading. So let's clarify just to make sure we are on the right track. But it's good news nevertheless. Okay? Please clarify this reading for Leos. Good news, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Leos. Good news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. If someone could please timestamp this would be great. So I'm reading for each of the signs, good news, bad news, and also doing the advice for each sign at the end of the reading for Pisces. Definitely having to do with stability. Here the Four of Wands is mixed in with the Three of Wands is mixed. Sorry about that. I hate looking at things upside down. So it's the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups coupled together. I think a lost opportunity gives you an opportunity to revisit an inventive idea of the past. Or a lost opportunity creates a new beginning somehow for you. Interesting. I don't know if it has to do with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Could be a Cancer sign too. Maybe you're doing this in secret. Maybe you're keeping it from a Capricorn, Scorpio, or a fellow Leo, because you have elements of the card we don't speak of here. Let's pull another card. You might be moonlighting as well. So maybe a moonlighting gives you a new beginning to have an at-home. Oh, here we have the Two of Cups in reverse, coupled with the Two of Wands. A delay or halt of some kind brings about boredom, and I still feel like this Ace of Air is a strong new beginning. You may restart something because you've already started something new. It's kind of interesting. It's a little muddy, this energy, but there's no relocation involved or movement. So it prompts you to create, take the initiative and learn something or invent something. You may start writing a book even. Okay. But somehow it is good news. Okay. Well, let's do the bad news reading for you. Now, this would be, not necessarily bad news, but bad news in what is the negative energies for this week that you can know about ahead of time so you can avoid. What's the bad news this week for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I'm seeing the color green, which is growth and money for me. So it might be related to that. And here you have the Six of Fire in reverse, which is the Six of Wands in reverse. After a battle, there is a defeat of some kind. Doesn't have to be related to the good news reading. It could be a completely different situation. And here you have the Fortitude card, which is the Justice card in reverse. The bad news or the negative energies in this week for Leos is that you're defeated in something. Here you see like a Joan of Arc kind of character, martyr. There's going to be a defeat of some kind, and you can't really blame anybody else. But it creates a unfair scenario. I want to look at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if it has to do with an Empress type, but here it's the Actress, right? It might be that a boss or a mother figure of some kind, or a wife, could create a bad news scenario where you feel defeated and it's unjust. This is also my divorce card, okay? Also, another possibility is that a soldier that you were expecting to come home can't come home. That's another possibility. Please clarify this reading for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Leos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. You have a dark night of the soul in regards to money of some kind. Here you have the Nine of Swords, but it's the Nine of Pentacles. There's bad news to being self-sufficient. If it's a divorce, the settlement is unfair and there's a defeat, and it creates a dark night of the soul with money. Okay, but you are near the end of something. This is tied to the Hermit card. The sixes are tied to Gemini, the Lovers card, and 11s are tied to Pages. Okay, so it's news. Again, remember the Empress? But this includes the Death card. See how you have the Death cloak and the lilies, right? There's a definite end of something having to do with a mother, wife, or mother figure type. It creates a tension or needless worry about money. Maybe you're trying to recover a money situation after a defeat, having to do with an Empress type or a Scorpio type, or a combination thereof. Six of Pentacles in reverse coupled with the Six of Cups. Now, this could be happening outside of you and it's affecting you somehow, whether you're the child of the divorcing couple or, that kind of thing, right? It affects your money somehow. Here you got it in reverse, but this is the Six of Pentacles, which is the quintessential charity card. There is no charity. So there's an unfair situation, okay, having to do with an Empress type perhaps, but take it how it resonates. You will definitely have these energies in your life, but, read the metaphor or literal, however it applies to you, okay? Thank you for joining me, Leos. Please pay attention, or go to the end of the reading, rather, for the advice portion of the reading. Now we're going to move on to Virgos. Welcome, Virgos. As you know, I am a Virgo, a double Virgo, and so this reading is for me as well. We're going to be using the Tinker's Tarot and for the primary pull, and the Shuffle Tarot B, Deck B, for the clarifiers. Let's see what good luck you're going to have in your life coming up June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's coming up for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's coming up for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's coming up for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Ooh, that was a fast shuffle. Feeling the tinglies. I heard, I want to do it now. So you may be very determined to start something or continue something and just finish it, right? Here you have the Chariot card in reverse. Now this is a halt of some kind. So a halt or the arrival of something being delayed is beneficial to Virgos in some way. This is called the engine. And usually I see this as a train arriving at a station. Okay, in reverse, there's no arrival or there's pending departure. So it's beneficial. It's good news to you in some way. Also, there may be a delay in international travel, which serves you. Okay, the next card you have is, look at this, Zeitgeist. So there's some kind of awareness of a new beginning coming in. It may involve a Cancer sign, an Aries, Taurus, or Aquarius, or a Pisces. But it could be a Cancer sign too. Okay, let's clarify. But a definite new beginning in a cycle. Now, why is the cycle change important? Why do we keep saying that as readers? It's because whenever a cycle begins, it's like new everything. It's always signaled by new job leads to a new home or vice versa. And then you have like this whole new life, right? Because you've paid a karmic debt or you're gaining a karmic reward. And that's why it's great. You've worked something out and now there's a big change in your life that usually is beneficial and usually indicates progress of some kind spiritually. Please clarify this reading for Virgos. Good news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Remember what I heard at the beginning. I think this involves a person of some kind. Not a person of some kind. I mean, when I say that, I mean a person of some sort. I think it involves another human being, in other words. And it's beneficial somehow. Strong Aries energy. Strong Cancer energy. But whatever good news you have, it's major because you have two major arcana here. That's your primary energies. Please clarify this reading for Virgos. Good news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I heard they don't pull one over on you. So there's some kind of awareness of someone trying to deceive you in some way. And the train basically never arrives. So you halt something. And you have a new awareness of it. Please clarify this reading for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. Hermit. So this couples the Cancer significator of the Chariot with your card, the Hermit. It might involve the Pisces too, because this Moon card is always been really dominant in this particular card and in this deck. I think there was some kind of betrayal in the past. There was a battle. There's a new beginning. There's this new awareness that in terms of someone in particular, they have not changed, and you have this awareness. And here, I don't know if it involves love, because this particular card merges the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. There's no movement of some kind in a love situation. It's someone who's betrayed you in the past, and basically you're still healing. Okay? The Four of Swords and the Four of Cups is a healing card. There's a danger of healing through drink. Don't drink to heal. Pull out the arrows and just take that time because something is never writing, and it's good news. And the good news is that there's new awareness about this. I know it's mundane. It's my reading too. So, yeah, I'm going to trust that that is the message for us this week. The more acceptance you have of a situation not going to change, that's when you'll make that Fool's energy card coming into fruition and just making that new beginning, changing that cycle for good, which kind of jives with the June monthly reading that is available on this channel. What is the bad news for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Okay, I don't know what this means, but I'm seeing a piece of raw steak on a plate. So I don't know what that means. You figure it out. Get back to me. Comment below. That would be great. The Three of Wands in reverse. There may be a lost opportunity of some kind, or you can't quite make something at home work. See, in the Three of Wands in the upright, this is the quintessential pseudo-architect's card where you're building something, right? There's a lost opportunity, or there's a delay in travel is the bad news. And then you have the Nine of Wands. You're still waiting for the shoe to drop on something, and if you're waiting for that news, it's not going to come this week. If you're trying to build something new, there is perhaps a relocation that will be required, but you're not going to be alone, because you see here the tiger, right? You're nearing the end of an action cycle, and it's a pretty old one, so if you're waiting to finish a project of some kind, whether it be a book or a class or school or something like that, you're nearing the end, but slowly. And if you feel like that other people are prompting you to finish as well. Please clarify this reading for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Virgos, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Now remember, don't talk to me about this wounded warrior stuff. That's not what the Nine of Wands means. Okay? It means that you're still reeling from a battle, but you put up boundaries. Okay? Oh, speaking of which, here you have the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Waiting for the shoe to drop. Others are waiting for you to finish something. And I don't know if you're dawdling or we are, but the dark night of soul is over. You need to finish a task. And the bad news is that you may not have an opportunity to do that, is the vibe I'm getting. Yeah. And it's delaying happiness of some kind. So I believe there's a strong procrastination energy having to do with this reading. Here you have the 10 of Cups mixed in with the 10 of Pentacles. It's delaying your money. So maybe there's not an opportunity. Maybe you become busy. So if you're planning on finishing something so that you can create an opportunity yourself, you're delayed somehow in the next 7 days only. Okay. Please watch your June monthly reading, Virgos. I think it's tied together. Thank you for joining me. Please look at the end of this reading for the advice for Virgos. Now we're going to move on to the reading for Libras. Welcome to my reading for you for the next 7 days. The good news, bad news reading using the Tinker's Tarot as the primary pull and the Shuffle Tarot Deck B for the clarifiers. What is the good news for Libras this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the good news for Libras this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Let's see. Good news this week for Libras, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. I'm seeing the color yellow, which is deception to me. So I think you're going to be able to see a deception or intuit a deception and not be taken. So, you'll be able to avoid one this week. Here you have, I don't know if it involves a Pisces or a Taurus, but here is the High Priestess card. See how she's acting? It looks like she's on stage. This is actually a artist reproduction of Sarah Bernhardt on stage, the famous French actress, but it's Minerva, right? And of course, remember deception. Here's the Seven of Swords in reverse. I think you avoid a deception of some kind, as and timing is involved. Someone may be like, I think you can tell somebody's acting, how we say in Hawaii, someone acting. So someone who's heavily deceiving or trying to deceive you, and I think you catch them out and you're like, yeah, you're just not fooled by them. Please clarify the meaning of this reading for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles again, but it's merged with the Seven of Swords imagery, right? I think you catch a hacker out or you catch somebody who's trying to deceive you and they may pressure you, like make a decision now. So that's going to be your telltale sign. Someone like, hey, I need you to make a decision right now. Are you in or are you out? That kind of thing. But someone's holding back higher knowledge, or you have higher knowledge and intuition in regards to a deception. It might involve a fire sign who is not your friend. So the Queen of Wands is a beautiful lady who's emotional and someone who takes action. She may be pregnant or just had a child. But in the upright, the Queen of Wands is my best friend card. In reverse, it's like not best friend. So you may be actually quite close to this person. Now, a queen can be someone your age or older. In this deck, she has blonde hair, but typically she's a brunette. The Queen of Wands. Let's pull another card. Knight of Cups. It might involve a love offer of some kind. Could involve a Virgo as well. But the Knight of Cups, see how this person is, I don't know. I mean, it could be a lover who needs money that's uses sex to get money from you somehow. Or maybe they say they want to start a family with you, but really they just want to take something from you. But the Hermit is holding a lantern looking for answers in broad daylight, with an overflowing Ace of Cup. All right. Are they offering love? See how these people are turned in different directions. She's turned this way. This person's going this way. And the person, wanting to hack your money, I mean, it's just interesting. They're both facing the opposite direction. I don't know. You catch somebody in a lie, basically, or you see through their falseness, which is good news for you, apparently. Okay. Now we're going to read for bad news or bad energies that may be in your life that you can avoid this week now that you know about it, right? This is for all Libras. What are the bad news for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Libras, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Ooh. My throat is sore. So that is, that is not because I've been reading for a while. That is when my throat gets sore during a reading, and I didn't have a sore throat before the reading. That means it's a pseudo sore throat. That is an indicator that you might have a screaming fight with someone or an argument. Might be someone from the past because the Six of Waters is in reverse. Someone you spent a lot of time with. Could be family as well. And then you have the Two of Wands. Could definitely be a love relationship. I don't know if you're longing for this person, but this is someone holding the earth, right? So it could be an earth sign that's longing for you. The bad news, someone you had a fight with, or you could be having a fight, but you could have had a fight in the past is the stronger intuit that I have. Someone who you think about or thinks about deeply about you. But this is like a ghosting. Someone is not making contact, and that's the bad news. I want to look at the bottom of the deck. Here you have the Queen of Cups in the upright, and you can see it's Marie Curie, right? Someone who makes something happen, right? So you could be angry at this person, but someone's not talking. But it's someone who's still holding on. The Two of Wands in the upright is a partnership card for me. So it's someone who may be trying to control you in some way. See how this person is holding the earth in their hands. Please clarify this reading for Libras. Bad news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Libras. In terms of bad news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Someone is not taking action after a fight. And see how the resources are away from them? Yeah. And I don't know if you or them, might be drinking, but this is the Nine of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles mixed in together. Instead of contacting you, or vice versa, someone may be drinking and just not taking action. Yeah, okay. So it may involve documents as well, because 2 nines mean documents to me. Someone is not writing or communicating in some way. It may be their wish because they're longing for you or vice versa, but instead they're just going to drink. And the other shoe drops. And it's, unlucky. You want to hear from this person, you want to resolve the dispute, and it just doesn't happen. At least for the next 7 days. Okay? Thank you for joining me, Libras. Please stay tuned to the end of this reading after Pisces, where I will be giving advice for this week. Now we're going to move on to, what's the next sign? Libra. Scorpio. Again, guess who's looking at the bottom of the deck? What's the good news for Scorpios this week? Next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the good news for Scorpios this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the good news for Scorpios this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the good news for Scorpios this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. Wow, 6 of Water is coming up a lot with several signs. But here it is for your sign, Scorpio. Nostalgia, childhood friend, an old friend from the past, but someone you spent time with. But it's also a nostalgia card, so it may be longing involved. And the Knight of Air in reverse. I'm going to pull another card. Ah, there you are. The King of Cups in reverse. King of Water in reverse. Now, this is the quintessential family man. Okay, someone who stands in their emotion and accepts them. Maybe like a Debbie Downer kind of part of you, right? But also in reverse. I think the good news is that you really want to contact somebody and you're preventing yourself from doing it. And I think you're proud of the fact that you're not contacting somebody from the past, even though you really feel compelled to. So I think the good news is that you're very disciplined this week. Okay. Could involve family, former love, any scenario would apply. Not getting a business vibe. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios this week, next 7 days. By the way, the sore throat is gone. So I know it was associated only with the Libra reading. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios. Good news this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios. Good news, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I heard I have aptitude. So there's a lot of pride, which may be a good thing for you. You're self-confident. You're proud of something that you're being very disciplined about. Okay, maybe the good news is that you remember the good times only of a bad situation or bad person, because the Soldier of Air in reverse, which is the Knight of Swords in reverse, is someone who's not quite honest, okay? Hierophant, this merges the Hierophant with the Hermit card. I don't know if it's a Virgo that you had a commitment to. Doesn't have to be a marriage. But maybe you find that your life is zen without this person and vice versa. I don't know if it also has to do with a hanged man, a Pisces or Sagittarius type. Or maybe they have that in their chart, but this is the Page of Pentacles. Maybe you hear from an earth sign and you're very self-disciplined in not contacting them back. And maybe you're proud of yourself for this. Maybe the earth sign is offering money. Maybe they have Pisces in their chart or Sagittarius. But there's a revelation of some kind about an earth sign. I don't know. There's just pride that you're not reverting back to the past and you're just continually moving forward. You know, you don't want to bring in old energies from the past into your present day. And I think you're happy about that. Because maybe in the past you wouldn't have had the discipline to not speak to them or not respond to them. Especially if they're an earth sign Pisces combination. What's the bad news for Scorpios this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Scorpios this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Scorpios this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Scorpios this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I'm starting to feel like an anger inside me building. So I don't know if bad news is that something will make you angry. Not really sure until I pull the cards. Yeah, of course, it would be the Tower. The Tower in reverse. I don't want to say this name because it's the name of another worldly type and we don't want to summon them. But this is the Tower, which looks like the Chrysler Tower losing its top portion of the building and diving into an abyss, right? A sinkhole. It is in reverse. So maybe there's a past anger that may come up from the past, like I said in my Intuit. And the Four of Water. You're half a mind about something. The Four of Water is a rejection card. And maybe you're thinking about a past rejection that makes you feel angry. This is also a Scorpionic card to me, the Tower. Definitely from the past. And you're only half logical about it. I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, and of course it's another Scorpio card, the Wild Unknown, but you can see two people walking into the distance together. Okay, so I think it has something to do with a past love affair. I do feel like there was deceit involved, no matter what area of life this occurred in. But you may have a past anger resurface. And it's not logical. But you're seeking emotional stability with the presence of the Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups. You rejected someone or they rejected you, and you're just, I think this week, next 7 days has to do with memories of good times and memories of bad times, right? You're trying to gain a higher perspective on something. And you want movement because when you break down the numbers of the number 16 card, 1 and 6 make 7, which is the Chariot card. The 4s are related to the Emperor card. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios, June 4th through the 10th. Ooh, this wants to come out. And it came like in the lateral. Of course, it'll be the Wheel of Fortune. Oh. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. It does have to do with stability because you have the Four of Wands and rejection. Because the Four of Cups and the Four of Wands together. You may have wanted to make house with somebody, or you. Take it how it resonates. It'll be either one. But there was rejection of some kind, and you may be remembering this, right? And it caused instability in the past from you. I don't know if this is somebody you worked with, but here's the Eight of Cups in the upright. You know you had to walk away or had to, right? And maybe it was somebody who you were teaching or vice versa, but you just want to close the chapter on it. I'm not going to pull any more cards. So I think it's just good news is good memories, putting things in perspective. The bad news is, thinking of bad memories, and it's being revisited in some way. Thank you for joining me, Scorpio, for that reading. Please watch to the end for your advice for the week. And now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. This will be the good news, bad news for the next 7 days, so you can embrace the opportunities and avoid the pitfalls. We're going to be using the Tinker's Tarot for the primary pull and the Shuffle Tarot for the clarifiers. And that would be deck number B, or deck letter B, rather. What's good news for Sagittarius this week, next 7 days? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What is the good news for Sagittarius this week? June 4th through the 10th. June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the good news this week for Sagittarius? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I'm thinking of Metallica. I don't know why. Keep One Eye Open is a line in one of their songs. I think it's the Sandman. You may want to listen to that. Yeah. Four of Cups in the upright. Your half of mind is about something you may have involved rejection or boredom of some kind. But it's stable. You're emotionally stable is another reading of that card. And then you have the Seven of Wands in the upright. You are protected in a situation this week, and that is the good news. You're not alone. You have someone who's protecting you. It may involve a fight because suddenly my throat got sore. So that's usually a argument of some kind or a screaming fight. It's not terribly sore like it was during the Libra reading. I think it was Libra. Not sure. At any rate, emotionally stable and standing up for your rights because you know you're protected is the good news. Okay, we're going to clarify with the Shuffle Tarot deck letter B. And you can look on Etsy for it. I'm not promoting that deck. I'm not telling you to get that deck. I'm just telling you where I got my decks. So please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Good news. Next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Good luck. Next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. And you have the King of Cups, which is coupled with the card we don't speak of. You don't see any slaves or people being chained. So this is materialism and greed. A Capricorn, Scorpio, or Leo may contribute and be your protector in a situation, also a water sign. Typically, this is a Scorpio card for me, but it can be any water sign. Water may be the predominant, they may be a water-fire combination is what I'm thinking. Holding a torch, and there's a ship in the background, and there's also a Piscean nature here too. So it could be a Pisces-Aries combination. It's someone who's close to you. It feels like family. You're stable because someone is supporting you and protecting you or making you feel loved and protected. Not necessarily romantic, it could be familial as well. But in one cup, excuse me, in one cup they're holding grapes. You know, there's like a bunch of grapes, which is always abundance and having everything you need. And then you have the Two of Swords, which is a fork in the road. You have a decision to make about your life because she's holding the world in her hand. And a water sign may be helping you with this. And good luck is attached to it. And a new chapter in your life. You will have all the resources you need to make this decision. You may have to make a blind decision because she's still blindfolded. But see how one of the swords that she's holding has, like, she's holding the blade. So there's like blood dripping down. It may be a hard decision, but you're still going to make it. Blood always is family to me. So it may be a family member who's protecting you and allowing you or giving you the resources you need, like a place to stay while you figure out what your next move is going to be. That kind of thing, right? Okay. Now let's read for the bad news that you may have in your life, Sagittarius, in this week, next 7 days only. What's the bad news for Sagittarius this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Sagittarius this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Sagittarius this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So you may be coming out of your head about something. But see in the upright how it's like Houdini, right? The person knows how to get out. You know, they can make it happen. And it may be that you're coming out of a time of stuckness. And I don't know if this is bad news or not. Here we have the Emperor in the upright, which is called the businessman in this deck. Very interesting reading. I'm not quite sure what it means. Because usually the bad news is that you're stuck. Right? Or maybe the bad news is that because of the deck I've chosen, is that you're not like Houdini. You can't easily get out of a situation. And I don't know if it involves a father figure of some kind or a boss, right? But whoever it is fair, you know? Could this be you? Sure. But typically the Emperor is not a Sagittarian card to me, okay? Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Bad news, next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading. Bad news for Sagittarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Maybe you're not easily getting out of a work situation you don't want to be in. And maybe you feel you don't have the means to do that yet. And it possibly is a burden to you. You have the Ten of Wands, an unwelcome burden. In the upright, the Ten of Wands coupled with the Ten of Cups may involve family. So this may be a father, older brother, uncle, older cousin who's male, etc. Right? But you have this Ten of Wands. This is a welcome burden. This is something worth working towards, right? But this is an unwelcome burden. It's like needless burden. But you're at the end of a cycle of action. So you're not able to walk away from a place that's got you tied down, right? There is movement coming, or the potential for movement. I don't know if it involves a Cancer sign, but here you have the Chariot and the Justice card mixing together, right? But there's a halt in the upright. In reverse, there's movement. So you're definitely coming towards the end. It's just not here now, and I think that's the bad news. or there's a halt or an unwelcome burden in regards to a car or international travel. And somehow an Emperor type is involved. But you're coming to the end of that, just not in the next 7 days. Okay? Thank you for joining me, Sagittarius, for your reading for this week, next 7 days, the good news, bad news. Please consult the end of this video for the advice for the week. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorns, to your good news, bad news reading for this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023, where I tell you the good news, the good energies that are in your life that will be supportive for anything that you want to do. And then the bad news is the stuff that you can see what energy, negative energies are going to be in your life for this week. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad news per se, but you can avoid those energies, okay? We'll begin with the good news. What's the good news for Capricorns this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023? Please tell me what good news Capricorns are going to have in this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Please tell me what good news is coming into Capricorns this life. I keep saying this life. So there might be a life-changing, because I don't usually make that mistake with words. So it might be a life changer this week. That's good news for you. What's the good news for Capricorns this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023? One more. Now I'm hearing two more. What's the good news for Capricorns this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023? My knuckles are stiff. I don't know what that means as a intuit. I am clairvoyant, clairsentient, and feeling empathic. So everything, every feeling, every intuit has a message. Here you have the Nine of Swords in the upright. A dark, here it says memento, more, right? But it's an open grave and a mummy. You might be preserving a memory, or a old memory from the past will come up unexpectedly. And I don't know if it has to do with a fire sign, but here you have the Knight of Wands. I don't know if it has to do with a so-called player from the past, but someone who definitely always takes action. Okay, but if you have a fire moon, this is you. There's some kind of, it could even be a past life memory. It could be something is brought to the surface for resolution, and then you're able to finish that thought pattern. Could be a belief system. Now, if the Knight of Fire had a number, the number is associated with the Hanged Man, which is Piscean Sagittarian energy. So it's deeply within the mind. And that's the good news. Somehow a memory of the past, maybe associated with a bad memory, is resolved and purified by fire energy. 8 times out of 10, the court cards are people to me. So a fire sign may help you with this. Let's clarify this reading or make clearer. Please clarify the good news for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I'm seeing the color yellow with this deception. So you may, I know this is roundabout, but it may be that someone tries to put one over on you, but you know from past experience and recognize it as a deception is a possibility. And it may be a fire sign trying to do this, or a Pisces or a Sagittarius. Yeah, I don't know if it has to do with love. Someone may invite you out, but it's under false pretenses with the 3 of Cups in reverse. But see, as you can recognize, this is someone who's celebrated deceiving you in the past, like they've told people about it. Okay, and the good news is that you'll recognize that and you'll be able to avoid this Three of Swords, Three of Cups situation in the reverse. And there's no confusion about this. A past memory serves you, and that's good. Your past experience serves you, thereby avoiding a Three of Swords. And three might involve even someone older or a husband or a father. Could involve a Cancer sign as well. You avoid a deception based on past experience. You recognize something as deceptive. You heal or prevent a Three of Swords, Three of Cups in reverse situation, having to do with a fire sign who is an emperor type, someone who's very like has a lot of, when they walk into a room, you notice them. Everybody notices them. But someone may be traveling, or you know that they're not present. So you avoid something that could have hurt you had you not recognized it, is the intuit that I'm getting. Now, what is the bad news for Capricorns this week? What's the bad news for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the bad news for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the bad news for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. It's kind of a mixed-up sentence that I'm hearing. It's kind of rare to hear full sentences. But I heard, I'm trying to get it right. What I can't have it, I don't need it, is what I heard. It's kind of like a cryptic, or not cryptic, but very sophomoric kind of sentence. It's almost like someone foreign is saying it. I don't know. The Four of Wands is in reverse. There is instability of some kind, perhaps having to do with family, safety, or home. And you may get this bad news via writing, which could be through the air. And I don't know if a Pisces, Scorpio, or an Aquarius is involved, but secrets come out causing instability of some kind. This is also my eviction card, so I'm going to clarify actually this card separately, because I want to know what this is. What's this Four of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's this Four of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's this Four of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. I don't know if a Pisces is involved, but it can be any water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but the King of Cups coupled with the one we don't speak of in reverse. It's bad news via water. I don't know what that means. It kind of just came out of my mouth. So water sign may not be the source or originator of the bad news or bad luck, but certainly they're the one who may be telling you this. It's through the written word or through the air, like the internets. Could be a Dear John letter, could be an eviction letter, quite possible, but it's greed is associated with it, but a secret comes out. I don't think it's an eviction notice, because this Knight of Sword coupled with the death, the death imagery, right? It might also involve a delay in news or waiting for the other shoe to drop. You may be standing up for your rights in terms of trying to plan out the rest of your life with the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands coupled together. You have a goal that's very clear, like you know what you want, but somehow there's bad news associated where you have to wait, or because there's no transformation, but a secret comes out. I don't know. There's greed involved. There's a water sign involved. Timing is an issue. It causes instability in the home or a sense of unsafety ness. I don't even know what that's even a word. I want to say unsafetyness. Something is safe, but not as safe as it could be, is kind of what I'm trying to get at. There's no transformation. Someone is celebrated in a group. You know, it could be you or somebody else, someone with a goal. It might be because sometimes the card we don't speak of is a Capricorn card to me as well. This is especially true if you have water in your moon. I don't know if you're working silently towards a goal and people think you're not. I think if you were trying to keep a secret about a goal or about something you were doing on a side, it comes out and it's not the best time for it to come out. Like if you were moonlighting and it comes out and your boss hears about it and it just causes like a low level problem for you. Okay. It's not a tower, so it seems something that's navigatable, or navigable, depending on how you pronounce it. But that's your good news, bad news reading for June 4th through the 10th. Please stay tuned to the end of the reading for any advice that I may pull for you after the Pisces reading. Now we're going to read for Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome to your good news, bad news reading for the week of June 4th through the 10th. I'm going to be using the Tinker's Tarot for the primary pull and the Shuffle Tarot Deck B for the clarifiers. Let us begin. I was pulled to this deck, these two decks for you, specifically for this week, to perform this good news, bad news reading for you and all the rest of the signs for June 4th through the 10th. What's the good news for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the good news for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the good news for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. The 10 of Cups. That is a brilliant card to have. And it's a family card. That is a happiness and joy card, especially with family. You can see she's having like a tea party with her pets, and there's big teacup up above signifying like major happiness and joy, especially in love. And then I don't know if something is departing, but you have the Chariot card in reverse, or something's not arriving. So a delay causes happiness, or not having to travel or move causes happiness and stability in the home. We'll clarify. But there's movement forward nevertheless. Please clarify this reading for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th. Good news. Next 7 days for Aquarius. Please clarify this good news reading for Aquarius this week, next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I think you avoid a deception of some kind, and I don't know, I feel like you don't know about the deception. So if people were planning to deceive you in some way, they've decided not to. So like the train never arrives at the station, or you don't hear about it or know about it. And, you know, whatever you don't know doesn't hurt you kind of energy. I don't know if it has to do with a Cancer sign or a water sign or an air sign, but if this is a court card, which 8 out of 10 times are people to me. Here you have the Queen of Swords and you have the Justice card. So I don't know if there's a Libra involved, but someone is being fair and just and possibly giving you good news, which makes you very happy. Or maybe a air sign is leaving. But this is also a legal decision that's in your favor that causes happiness. And here you have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles mixed together. And this is a beautiful card to have. You're nearing a time of a period of action where you're going to be beginning a new era or chapter or a cycle in an action of some kind. Maybe you're able to drop your boundaries because a Libra is moving away is a possibility. It's definitely at the end of something. Because 2 10s mean new job as a tarot cluster. So even though this is in reverse, maybe you're going to have to take less money, but maybe, you know, you have a judgment in your favor. Someone chooses you. It makes you self-sufficient and you can drop your boundaries. But there's an ending of some kind. This couples the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the 10 of Swords in reverse. And maybe you avoid a deceptive betrayal of some kind because you don't know about it. And maybe you didn't have to defend yourself against something that, you know, just never really transpired. So there is a possibility of a new job or moving departments, which benefits you in some way, Aquarius. Now let's do a reading for your bad news energies for this week. What's the bad news for Aquarius this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the bad news for Aquarius this week? June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Ooh, I already have my answer. I was told to take from the top, which is unusual because usually I hear my spirit guide say don't cut, but she said take from the top. Here you have the King of Cups in the upright. This is a family man. So it's someone who's... I don't know. I mean, he's carrying a briefcase, so it's quite possible he's an attorney, but this is someone who's very emotional. They're in the upright, which is good, and standing up for your rights. You are protected, possibly from a water sign or by a water sign. Could be a fire sign that's protecting you too, because you have the 7 of fire. You're standing up for yourself. I don't know if that causes the bad news or the bad news is that you have to stand up for yourself, but you are protected. So as far as, unless we get the Tower or the 10 of Swords in reverse, should be something that's easily resolved or avoided. Please clarify this reading for Aquarius. Next 7 days, bad news. Reading for Aquarius, next 7 days, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading about bad news for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I heard, I don't want to talk about it. So take that on how it resonates. Here you have the 4 of Pentacles coupled with the 4 of Wands. I mean, this looks like a good reading, even though it's a bad news reading. I don't know if you hear about someone's marriage and it I want to say startles you. Maybe you find out somebody got married and it's bad news, but somehow it causes a stability for you in terms of money, or maybe they pay you off. I don't know. But I don't know who it was. They may have been a player. Here you have the King of Wands in the upright with the Hierophant. I think someone gets married or you find out they're married, whether you're male or female, and they have this stability and it's bad news. But somehow you're protected in the situation. So I don't know how bad the news is. You know, it feels like a love situation. I'm not really sure. But I guess it could be any situation. Thank you for joining me, Aquarius. Please stay tuned until after the Pisces reading for the advice for each sign for this week. Good news, bad news reading for June 4th through the 10th. Excuse me. Now we're going to... Now this always indicates a argument or fight. So it's tied to your reading, Aquarius. So... I'm trying to determine whether it's still Aquarius that I'm getting this message for or Pisces. So let's get into the Pisces reading to make sure. What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I heard, now I know. Now I know. So your good news is tied to new knowledge, or a confirmation of knowledge of some kind. You know something for sure, and you can take the proper actions or non-action. So the clearing of the throat, which indicates a fight, was associated with Aquarius only because now it's gone for the Pisces reading. What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the good news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? First card you have is the Tower in reverse. So either you avoid a tower or you heal, or the tower is now in the past. Now you know. And then you have the Sun card in reverse. I don't know if it has... Now, the Sun card in reverse is not a bad card. I mean, having the Tower in reverse and the Sun card in reverse is a pretty good reading. I don't know if it has anything to do with career. You avoid now you know for sure that a potential tower has now passed from your career life. That is the good news. I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you were Houdini and you're able to get out. And then behind that, you have the 9 of Cups, which is a wish comes true. That's amazing. Okay. Let's clarify this reading. So you're starting something new in your career. So it could be a promotion, especially if we get the 3 of Pentacles in the upright. Please clarify this reading for Pisces. Good news for this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Please clarify this reading for Pisces, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, I don't know if this has to do with a love or sexual situation as well, but now you know you have a new cycle in career coming up. You've avoided a tower, and now you're on the cusp of a brand new, really abundant cycle. This combines the imagery of the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups together. Now, 2 aces, no matter what orientation, is always good luck to me. And justice is served. Something is fair. And the Strength card is coupled with the Justice card. So you are in a very strong position. I don't know if you're in the Justice, if you're a civil servant or a city worker of some kind. That's always the civil servant card to me, a government job to me. But it could also involve a Leo or Libra of some kind. You're about to start something new in career. See how especially if you have Leo in your chart, because these are both Leo cards, it might happen in August. So you might have to wait a couple months. But here you have this wreath of victory. Okay? I love that. And it's major, you know. It's news of some kind. And it's the news of a new beginning because you have the Page of Swords coupled with the Fool. So this totally makes sense. You hear some career news. You avoided a tower. If you thought you were in trouble in your career and that you blew it recently somehow, you didn't. That's the whole point of the reading. Okay, now you know. Now, what's the bad news for Pisces this week? Please stay tuned to the end of this reading where I'm going to give advice to all signs. What's the bad news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the bad news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the bad news for Pisces this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. The Sun card again, in reverse. Now, the Sun card is not a terrible card. It's all new everything, but maybe it's not what you thought it looked like. Maybe it's not a promotion to the position you wanted, but it's still higher than it was before. And there's healing because you have the Three of Swords in reverse. As far as bad news, I mean, this is pretty tame, but this is also a confusion card in the reverse. So maybe that's the bad news. Maybe there's confusion about career and when it's going to start, right? You hear you're out of the woods, but you don't know where you're going in the near future. But as your good news reading showed, you are in the cusp of a brand new action cycle. So I think this is really confusion. So I'm going to clarify just the Three of Swords in reverse. Maybe you're waiting to hear word because you have these styluses, right? So it's written in nature. Please clarify the Three of Swords in reverse for Pisces, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Please clarify the Three of Swords in reverse for bad news for Pisces, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Oh, I feel like a pressure in my chest. So there's a lot of pressure in terms of, in regards to a confusion, I feel like it is. Yeah, you feel bound financially somehow. It's balanced because the pentacles are at the same level, but there's a decision about money because this merges or shuffles the Two of Swords energy with the Two of Pentacles. There's a decision about money. It's confused and you're kind of bound, right? And yeah, it has to do with the new beginning because you have the Page of Swords again with the the Fool card imagery. A child might be involved somehow, or an Aries, Taurus, or Aquarius, or an air sign. But the decision, there's news coming to you. It's actually good news, but maybe you're confused as to whether it is good news. And again, I think it's tied to the good news reading. You know, you avoid a tower in career and you have some new information and you have a decision to make. Like, should I take this new job? Will it get me to, because maybe it's not the position that you thought it would be, and you're wondering if it will benefit you to take the position, it seems like to me. Okay? But take it how it resonates. It doesn't, substitute, if it involves love, then substitute the career stuff for a love situation. Okay, you will know how it resonates with you immediately at the beginning of the reading. Now we're going to give advice for all signs, beginning for Aries through Pisces. Okay, and we're going to switch it up. We're going to, let me see, get another deck. I'm being drawn to the Before Tarot, which is a little unusual because usually I only use this deck for, what led up to a situation. So I'm being drawn to it. I'm going to trust that I'm being drawn to it for a ethereal reasons. We're going to find out what is the advice for Aries this week. What is the primary overall advice for Aries this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice this week for Aries, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Now, it may be that I'm being drawn to this deck because the past will be important to all of the signs in the, what they should do in the, in terms of advice, right? Page of Swords. This is before he raises the swords because it's the before tarot. This is involving a message coming in. I feel my intuit is that you need to trust the information that's coming in. That's your advice. And if you have a choice between, I don't remember what your, good news reading or bad news reading was, whether it involved a page of swords, but I feel compelled to tell you that the air sign is on the up and up. So another way to interpret this card is to hold on to news that you may have close to your chest before revealing it to others, is the advice. Okay. Now we're going to give the advice for Taurus for the week of June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the advice for Taurus this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Taurus this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Taurus this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Taurus this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. The advice is to see how he's praying, Taurus, and you see all these, sometimes these symbolize other people's actions or sometimes it's other people's opinions, but there's no hands holding the wands. So this person has built a barrier around themselves. Before standing up for your rights this week, I need you to contemplate fully. This is related to the Chariot card. You're going to need to contemplate, meditate, pray for God's help in terms of before standing up for an idea or creating a new action. Okay, so it's to think before you act, basically. Okay, all right. Always good advice to think before acting. What's the advice for Geminis this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023? What is the advice for Geminis this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What is the advice for Geminis this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Ooh. I feel like if you haven't been to a doctor in a while, you should go. Especially if you have anything new on your body that you can see. Yeah. So this is the Ten of Swords in reverse. I don't really read these cards, the after or before tarot in reverse. So there's some kind of blocked energy from the end of a belief system, right? You can see this person has is still walking around and there's people lying in wait to stab this person back. I think you should watch your back. Just for the next 7 days, knowing that there's people around you who may not have your best interests, it's being blocked and it's happening behind your back. So I think the advice is to be more aware. I'm going to clarify again. It has to do with business or an institution or a group of some kind because Hierophant rules groups. Taurus or Aquarius may be involved, but you're not going to get any help from somebody higher up. Even if they see it, they're not going to tell you about it, right? So it involves a group. So the advice is to be more aware of the people around you. Don't share information, because it may be that for the next 7 days, people don't have your best interests at heart. Okay? What's the advice for Cancers this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Cancer signs this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. 10 of Pentacles, blocked money. You may be blocked from getting money from family this week, or vice versa. You may be blocking them. There may be a blocked inheritance of some kind, or you may need to block your money. I don't know if you need to change your passwords on your bank accounts or something like that, but there's a danger of a money loss. So I think you need to protect yourself from that before it happens. Also, the Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So that's very telling. Maybe through the air, right? Okay. What is the bad luck for Leos? Ooh, why did I say that? Why is the bad luck for Leos? So you're going to have to block something, Leos. What's the advice for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Leos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Ooh, my right shoulder is really, really sore right now. So I don't know if it's physical that you have to protect yourself this week. Temperance. The advice is to be patient. See how this is the before tarot. This is before she gathers the water to recycle her emotions or keep her emotions even before she stands up, right? So when you gather water, you're gathering resources. You're gathering vital resources you need to continue to live, okay? A Sagittarius might be involved. So if you need to trust a Sagittarius, please do so, because they will give you patience. Also, this is the guardian angel card. So the advice is to trust that you're being protected in some way. Okay? Remember, my right shoulder was sore, so I don't know what that means. So take it how it resonates. Please let me know. Shoulders usually carry or have the burden of carrying stuff, so I don't know if you need to be patient in carrying a knowledge of some kind. What's the advice for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Virgos this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. Don't drink. It's right off the bat. That's what's the message that I'm getting. You need to block your drinking. You need to block your boredom and procrastination and move forward. You're blocking ideas and emotions. So by drinking them away is what I'm getting from that. So you need to be in touch with your emotions. When emotions come up, you need to analyze them, but not overanalyze, and just get rid of that energy and not try to block this emotional energy. Also, you may be gifted with ideas this week, so you need to be open to that by being sober, I guess. I don't know. Fours are related to the Emperor card, so you may get this from someone who you consider a father figure type, okay, or a boss, someone with more status than you. What is the advice for Libras this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Libras this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Libras this week, June 4th to the 10th, 2023. Ooh. You may be invited to a wedding this week, and I guess the advice is to go. You might be blocking a potential, or you might need to block a potential heartache. Remember, I saw you going to a wedding. There's something about a wedding or something. Maybe you're being tempted by someone who is getting married and they're just not telling you that. Crows are always messengers for me, and they're always protectors too. So if you befriend a crow, it will protect you and bring you gifts. But remember, before tarot, you're preventing or blocking a potential heartache. And so if you get the intuit this week that a new romantic situation comes up, really vet that person, do the background check or whatever you do to do the loyalty test, because there's potential for this person to break your heart, okay? Or cause confusion. What's the advice for Sagittarius this week? Oops, not Sagittarius, Scorpio. What's the advice for Scorpios this week? Next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. I almost said 22. What's the advice for Scorpios this week? June 4th through the 10th, 2023. Boom. King of Pentacles in the upright. This is the before tarot. You can see the element of the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the before tarot. Someone starting a new cycle with the Ace of Pentacles before he is given the Pentacle, right? The advice is that you need to be ready for a generous offer coming in, possibly from an earth sign. Let's clarify. Two of Wands in reverse. Now you can see this boy is holding this world, and this is a real estate card to me. Sometimes it's also a partnership card to me, a gateway card. You can see this person who is in the Rider-Waite holding, this person's in danger of taking this globe away from this child, you know, which could also be relocation. But there's a blocked gateway of some kind. So this advice is telling me wait for the money to come in before making a move, especially in terms of travel or relocation. Okay. Now Sagittarius. What's the advice for Sagittarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Sagittarius this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? The Queen of Pentacles. See how this snake is offering her this pentacle and she's looking at it? Beware of false promises. Don't take the money before knowing what the situation is about. I'm going to clarify. Yeah, there's an offer of some kind, but see how this seagull drops this fish in this guy's cup, and he's holding the Ace of Cups. There might be a false promise of some kind. It seems good on the surface. It's not bad news. I mean, you see it. This is the danger of having something in hand before making a decision, right? Beware of false promises and false, opportunities without integrity, okay? Especially if it's from a earth. It could be any sign. Snake is usually a fire sign to me, okay? Don't count your chickens before they hatch, is what I'm saying. What's the advice for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Capricorns this week, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? Boom. Queen of Swords. Now, this is the before tarot. She doesn't quite have the, she's not quite being coronated. Here you have a Cupid offering this crown to put on. This is a quintessential self-sufficiency card to me. Don't wait for other people to act. You need to, until they act, you need to act on your own and be self-sufficient is the message I'm getting. You're blocking a dark night of the soul, which is good, and you're able to sleep, okay? But there's a potential for needless worry in the near future, so please don't rely on other people, because the Nine of Swords comes before the Ten of Swords, okay? People may not follow through on what they promised you. And see, she has a sword here, and there's Nine of Swords here. So you have the potential of betrayal around you, so it's really important that you just be really not rely on other people. Okay, because they may not pull through, at least in the next 7 days. Now we're going to read for Aquarius. What's the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th to the 10th, 2023? What is the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023. What's the advice for Aquarius, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? I heard, I never want it to end, is what I'm hearing. So something good may come into your life and it just makes you want it last forever, you know, is the vibe I'm getting. The Empress in reverse. There's nurturing that's being blocked somehow, or you're blocking this. This is a Venusian card, so it has to do, it can do with love. It doesn't have to be. But abundance is fleeting, I want to say. So be grateful for what you have right now, whatever good comes into your life right now, because it may move out quite quickly with the Empress in reverse. But this is a block in reverse. There is good luck, and I'm getting the gratefulness energy, you know, the gratefulness energy. You have a chapter that's ending or something end quickly. So if you have good luck come into your life, I don't want it to end is what I heard. So just be grateful that it's in your life. If it has to do with money, I would start saving money, you know, or make sure that you don't spend it. Or you spend it wisely in something that's going to last a long time. But the advice is to embrace any good luck that you have. What's the advice for, what's it, Aquarius? Is it Aquarius? What's the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Aquarius next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? If I read for Aquarius twice, I'm sorry, but I'll go with it. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The same deal as the last reading, whether it was Capricorn or Aquarius, there's a potential money blockage. So be grateful for what you have. Conserve money, especially if it comes from family, or inheritance might be blocked. Or you may, there's something you need to block or protect your money. And like I said, I don't read these cards in the reverse. If I do, it's with blockages, as blockages. So you have the High Priestess in reverse. So there's blocked intuition of some kind in regards to money or family. And there's a need to defend yourself and create boundaries with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So you have a need to self-protect. especially your money and perhaps even your home. But you will do it. That's the advice, is to do it. What's the advice for Pisces next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Pisces next 7 days, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? What's the advice for Pisces, June 4th through the 10th, 2023? The World card. But see how there's two people here hugging, right? There's a blockage to the end of a cycle. And then the Four of Swords with butterflies, right? With an open window. This is before, right? So before you're enforced to rest, okay, you need to take action now, is what I'm getting from this reading. Your inaction or non-action, or people trying to prevent you from acting, is actually preventing the closing of a cycle. So you need to, this is past the Three of Swords, so you're healing. You're in a good state right now. It's a good time to end a cycle, even forcibly. Okay? Thank you so much for being here for these readings, for the weeklies. Please stop by for every week. And I'll have little mini readings in between all that. Of course, there will always be a monthly. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and subscribe to this channel to help boost it. Thank you so much for joining me. Good luck to you. Bye-bye.